Hi there. So I could start by telling you how helpful it is to have high protein snacks in your repertoire if you want to feel satisfied. But the real reason I eat these most days is just because it's so delicious. I really, really love it. Let me introduce myself. So my name's Jules Clancy. I'm a former food scientist. I'm a huge food lover, and I'm now a cooking coach. And I specialize in making cooking as simple and easy as possible. And so most of my recipes are 3+ ingredients. And more usually in the 3 to 6 range. Actually, they're never more than six. But yeah, 3+ ingredients. But yeah, this one is just two magical ingredients. So we'll jump into the kitchen and I'll show you how to make it. My weird daily high protein snack. So I usually have this after lunch. So all it is I get some protein powder. So I usually use a mixture. So 1 or 2 tablespoons of collagen powder, which is good for your skin and nails and hair. And then also sometimes I add in some whey protein powder as well. And this one's a vanilla cream flavored. You can get all sorts of flavors. So about the same amount. And then the secret ingredient is I mix in a little bit of cream, or if I don't have cream, I use milk, or you just want enough to make it into like a kind of custardy texture. So you just want to add enough cream to get it to this custardy, puddingy, delicious texture. Yum, it's so good. Yeah, and then just eat it with a teaspoon. Okay, so if you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I started out having collagen, wanting to have collagen powder every day because it's really good for, it says here on the can, skin, hair, nails, and gut. I definitely have noticed a difference in my nails and my skin since I've started taking this. Yeah, so I used to, and you can just like put the collagen powder, it dissolves in liquids, smoothies, tea, whatever. But I had the idea of like mixing it into a paste with some cream one day, and I was like, oh my goodness. And this is just an unflavored one. And it was so delicious. And I was like, oh, okay. And I started doing that. Anyway, so since then, I've actually branched out. I've gone a bit protein powder crazy, like these weight bodybuilding people. So now I've branched out and I actually have this flavored whey protein isolate one as well, because that's good for building muscle and it's got a vanilla flavor. And so that really has taken it to the next level. That one's flavored with stevia. So, it's not a lot of sugar, feels like a dessert, but I have it as my afternoon snack. So it's really, really good. And I came about it just because, and I was just had this image in my mind of like, oh, if I've just mixed it, it'll feel like custard. And I did, and it really did feel like custard. So some days I do just stick to the original collagen, but usually I use a blend of both these days. And so the other thing about my recipes is that I always include variations for if you happen to have a particular dietary requirement or if you're missing a certain ingredient. So in terms of this one, if you need to make it dairy free, of course, you don't have to use cream. You could use any dairy based milk or cream that you like. So, oat milk's going to work well. Oat milk would be my favorite. Or if you get some oat cream, or you could use coconut cream, like it really doesn't matter. And actually, you could just use water, and you don't really need the extra creaminess because the protein powder is going to give you some flavor. I sometimes use, like, if I'm out of cream, I sometimes use milk, or I sometimes actually just use some tea and use that to mix it in. Yeah, and if you wanted to make it a little bit more substantial, my boys really love this with the protein powders mixed in with Greek yogurt and a little bit of peanut butter, so that can really take it to the next level. Different protein powders, play around. Collagen's best for like beauty, so for the skin and nails and hair and gut. So it's good for the internal beauty as well as the external. But if you're looking for building muscle, I think whey protein is the best because it tends to have the highest amount of leucine, which is the amino acid that stimulates muscle growth. But if you can't tolerate dairy, then there's plenty of pea protein. Just experiment and try and find one that you like the flavor and don't worry too much about the amino acid content. Yeah, if you wanted to make it a chocolatey version, if you want that kind of that vibe, then you can use, of course, a chocolate flavored protein powder, or you could just add in some finely grated chocolate and that would make it really good. And if you ever want to serve this to guests, I'd recommend just like getting some really pretty teacups or fancy glasses and serving it that. Like it's just a tiny taste, and or you can make it as bigger if you want to, but it's really delicious. Okay, so that's it for today. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Do you have a favorite protein powder? Are you pro anti-protein powders? I used to be like thinking, no, I shouldn't be, I should just be getting all my nutrients from real food. And but I've decided actually, no, I don't want to just be surviving. I want to thrive. And so if there are these ingredients that can make it easy and delicious for us to get better nutrition, why not play around with them? So that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, leave a comment. I check them every day and I'll get back to you. Okay. Have a beautiful week, day, whatever. And I'll see you next time.